Like, what profession is undateable? Most importantly, I want to get deep in this, y'all. Like, we talking about a woman's preference or is a male being misogynistic? Is that possible for that to correlate like that? I don't know if y'all kind of understand what I'm saying. But as we know, we kind of had this hot topic going on where our girl was named Eboni K. Williams, I want to say, where she was being interviewed by Ayanna Van Zant and was like pretty much she would not date a bus driver.
The leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
If he owns the bus. If he owns it. If he owns
Okay.
the bus.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So she would not date a bus driver. And so I feel like people are entitled to their preferences. You know what I mean? Like, so I just want to know y'all boys' thoughts, man. And like, I really want to dive into that. Like, you know, especially me being out here in the dating world and shit. And I just trying to figure it out. You know, I'm just trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, you got anything else?
I mean, that's interesting. You know, that's been like this long story, this long conversation been going on since we was in our 20s. You know, I felt like, you know, when I was in my 20s, you definitely was sized up by the type of job you had. I mean, early in the conversation, that's the first thing someone would ask you, what do you do? And depending on what you said, that might end the conversation, or you got a chance to get to know that person better. You know, I can't knock nobody for necessarily having certain preferences, but if you being like hypocritical, I do. Like, for instance, if you want someone to have a 6-figure job and then necessarily you probably working for, you know, 10 hours an hour, and then you want to judge that other person saying they need to make a certain amount, then you being hypocritical. So that would be a problem, you know, for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know.
So it got to be in the same socioeconomic class view. That's what you're saying.
I think you should be.
Do y'all feel like men like that? I feel like men don't like men to holler at men at fucking McDonald's.
What I hear in the conversation is like, is it a financial thing or is it just the principle of like, I'm not dating a bus driver, just
It's
like
preference,
I'm
bro.
not dating a stripper. You know,
Nah,
I'm not. Just say for somebody to say in the argument like I'm not gonna date this type of worker and stuff because it's just against my brain.
So it's like
you
a
know?
class thing, or
It's a brand, my boy. Like he just said, it don't look good for the brand because like I was
doesn't look good
I
for
was
the
telling
brand.
you I was telling you, like I told you earlier, you know, I made a joke with some friends years ago when I said, you know, some women will date a dope boy before they'll date a trash man. And, you know, some women were like, yeah, I would, you know what I'm saying? Because that sound better. But that trash man might be making 80 to 100,000 a year and he got benefits. But they ain't trying to hear that though. They don't sound risky enough.
Right.
That doesn't mean that that's his primary job. He could be trapping out of bed though. He could probably have another job on top of that.
He could, but if he don't tell, but if he didn't say he did, then like again, if she just saw him as a trash man, it's a no-go. But if he was like, I'm a trash man by day and I trap by night, yeah, you might have got an opportunity, you know, which I always thought was crazy.
Right. So why is it though that like women can have preferences like that? Like they wouldn't date a garbage man, but like as a man, you can't say like I won't date a woman because of a certain profession. Let's say a stripper. Let's just throw it out there. A stripper.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's an honest working job. Shout out to all my strippers out there. I love y'all definitely.
Shout out.
Points.
They go get them points.
Get that money.
Get your points. Get your money and get your points.
You know what?
Get your money and your
It's art.
points.
It's
art. It's a form of art.
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's why I want to touch on that male misogyny piece though. Like why we can't, as men, can't have preferences.
Well, who said it can't? It's really all about confidence, man. It don't matter what your job title is or whatever. It's just the confidence that you bring in that aura and the business that you bring behind it. You know, like, from perception is always 80% of the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, 80% of the truth. But, you know, it really comes down to that confidence that you array from it. Like, how much pride do you even have in yourself? Is one thing for me to say, well, I don't want to tell you. Oh, no, this is what I do. You know, that's what I really value is the confidence that comes behind your presentation.
Yeah, but I mean, I just from my experience and a lot of fellas I know or whatever, like a lot of dudes really don't care about what a woman does. Like, you know what I mean? As far as like, I'm saying as far as the level of like a minimum wage job, let's say, or she could be, you know what I'm saying, a secretary, assistant, like a lower paying job, you know, on the grand scheme of things. Whether they be an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, like. It's just different. I know as men, we providers and stuff, so that shouldn't matter no way. But like you said, when you thinking about your brand and like something that match your style and your brand, I feel like that does come into play.
Right.
So I don't know. Like,
100%.
Your brand and also
100%.
your financial gains. Yeah.
nah.
What
And
you
that
trying to
just-
do
that-
in business, man? Like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that it's all in play into who you are as well, because I always had jokes of being like people that wasn't necessarily as popular as other people or socially as other people. Man, they could be anybody they want to be and not be judged. They come out, they living the best lives. You know what I'm saying? They married to they're a trash man, and they're married to their bus drivers, and they living their best lives. But when you out and people know who you are, and you kind of might have been popular in college or high school, so you like, oh, I got this image to uphold. You know what I'm saying? Unless you gonna move to damn Idaho where nobody know you.
Right.
But other than that, if somebody's seeing you on a day to day, it's all about, you know, who you were or the brand of who you think you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
And I think
the trap we
go
fall
ahead, my
into.
bad. And like I said, I think relationships, like social media and internet got relationships fucked up, bro. Cause like you gotta think about it. Like even growing up, like not growing up our age, but like some like our parents and shit, like and their parents, like they probably would have dreamed to be a bus driver. Like that probably used to be a fucking great
That was the
job.
hustle.
Like
Martin.
that was the hustle.
That was the-
Like
Yeah.
like women,
Yeah.
like see that's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying. My point. Society's so fucked up now. It's like with dating and just jobs and this and that. It's like nobody can be just a regular 9-to-5 or blue collar worker. Everybody got to be 100,000 millionaire. Got to be an entrepreneur. And like the truth of the matter is, if everybody was dead, who the fuck gonna be your workers? Like you gotta have the yin and the yang. You gotta have a balance. So those jobs like your bus driver, all that stuff is needed for the ecosystem. And like I think that just social media just got a lot of men and women just feeling like that they best off. Like everybody gonna get fucking a millionaire and just be happy. You know what I mean?
Everybody
Like,
millionaire.
everybody millionaire. Everybody millionaire.
No folks wait in line.
Everybody. This our time. This our time, man. This our time.
Everybody supposed to have a
Bottles,
section.
bottles. Yeah.
Everybody gotta have a section
Right.
at the concert. Everybody gotta have, like, you know, it's just everybody's elite. Everybody wants to be elite, you know.
Everybody want to be elite so they can post it on the gram.
So
Well, let's take a look from that stance, though, man. Is there anything wrong with wanting to be elite?
no, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be, but
No.
it's how you carrying yourself, judging others because you want to be elite.
Right.
Yeah.
Be elite in your own space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
judge the next person
Right.
next to you because they don't, or they don't choose to be. They live in their life. Don't be judging them, saying they less than because they ain't choosing to walk around with labels on or choosing to, you know, rent, you know, Lambos. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't judge them. That's the
And
problem.
I don't mind if you elite and then you want elite, but like we were saying earlier, if you're not even elite yourself or what you're looking for,
Facts.
like, well, don't get me wrong, I believe in manifesting, but at the same time, we got to be realistic. If you ain't at a certain level, male or female, like, you know what I mean, unless a nigga just want to bring you there, you probably ain't gonna be there.
Right. That realistic part, though.
Yeah. That's the part. That's the part that messes
That's
up.
the part. That's the
Yeah.
part. That's the part.
Yeah.
Being realistic about it.
Yeah, because everybody the best. Everybody, you know, nothing wrong with them. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, got all the checks, all the check marks and shit. So
Do y'all think it's hard to be elite? Do you think it's hard to be elite in comparison to be low key?
I'll take low key all day and be elite.
Nah,
like,
low
I'll
key.
take low key a little bit.
But you said
live,
harder
man. I'm
though.
telling
You said
Which
harder
one
though.
is-
You said harder though.
which lifestyle
you
is
can
harder
be-
to
Low key
maintain,
is
though?
harder.
Low key is
You wanna
harder.
go? Yeah, you wanna
think,
go?
I
Yeah.
think being elite. Go ahead.
Now I would say low key is harder because like some young players like us here at Points Podcast, and we exude that shit, and so it's like we don't even try to, but that shit just be popping off us. You know what I mean? So it's like it exudes, and so then like even though we try to be low key, we still gonna be seen because it's just in us. It ain't on us.
That's
You know
because
what I mean?
That's because we already put the work in though. We put the work in a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right. That's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
accountability
Yeah.
part. That's where the reality set in.
Right.
I'm saying the accountability, you know, like it ain't a choice that we're making. It's a choice that we're choosing to be accountable for our situations and stuff. You know, like we didn't get here because it was given to us. We got here because we put in the work. We did what we had to do, and we was accountable for our mistakes, for our goals that we putting out there. We're just not putting stuff out there and not seeing it through.
Right.
Even in our failure, you're like, yes, I failed, you know, but when I low key, it's easy for me to step out of the picture, or it's easy for me to judge and not follow up I mean, because, you know, I don't think nobody's watching, but in perception wise, I would think being low key, the only person I'm really battling is myself, because I'm setting the standard. Oh, I'm staying low key, I'm staying out the way. But I see you right there. What are you doing? You know?
I can see you. I see you.
I see you.
I think it's plenty of low key billionaires out here that you have no idea about.
Right.
Plenty.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Plenty of them. So
Right,
I don't know.
right.
I think we agree to disagree on that one, because I just feel like, you know, a lot of time when you are putting yourself out there, you putting a target on your back to either keep that image up, or when you can't, you know, you go to extreme measures to try and do it. And you know, if you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm who I am, and I'm making these moves, but I ain't really trying to put on for nobody. So when times get rough or something, you know, you ain't necessarily feeling that barrier of like, oh man, everybody looking at me. You know, you just kind of like, you know, pick yourself back up. You know, in my opinion. You know, same with dating. You know, like I said before, the person who ain't known, they living the best relationship. I mean, living the best life. They in the best relationship because they ain't trying to be known or be seen. Some people, you know.
But out of those two, which one do you think the women prefer, though? If I'm in the dating pool and I'm trying to figure it out, or I'm in the quest of trying to find my mate, do you think women are really attractive to low key, or they're attractive to somebody who's trying to, you know?
Yeah.
It depends on who you going for, who you want. Because your mate should be kind of like a part of what you like, or who you are.
It's gonna be a very I don't want to say animalistic answer, but of course we all like shiny new things. So it's gonna be that hot boy at first, but then when you get with a nigga and you see like he really a hot boy, and then they be like, oh, I want a low key nigga. I want you to be a little bit low key. I don't want you to go out so much, even though I met you, I was outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was a city boy, I'm outside with it. So that's all it is. You know, I think that's what in that dating world how it's going. But like you said, it's all about preference. It's all about preference. Yeah. But how I started this out though, I just want to know, can y'all say for a male or a female, is it a particular profession that is just totally undateable? Is that even possible?
For me, for female?
Female or male? Female and male.
Yeah. For me, totally undateable. That's a good question. Totally undateable female. If I was dating, what profession that I would say that's totally undateable? That's it.
You know what I say?
Totally undateable.
Undateable.
I'm not dating.
I wouldn't have dated any woman in the adult entertainment industry. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Shit.
That wasn't me. I couldn't date him. I couldn't date him.
Yeah.
You said I love him.
No judgment on that.
I love him.
There ain't no judgment. I just said who I wouldn't have dated. I wouldn't have dated him.
Yeah.
You know, that don't mean I want to probably holler at him, but I wouldn't have dated him. It's a difference. It's a difference, you know. But you know, that's probably the one.
Honestly, I'll be transparent. I probably wouldn't date somebody that does like the, you know, the get rich quick scheme. You know, like
that's everybody now, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
That's new money.
You know,
that's
like
new,
what? Hold on.
That's
like
new
what? Which one?
market.
Which one?
That's new.
Which one? Which one?
Say like, you know.
Which one?
Yeah, pyramid marketing.
Yeah.
And stuff. I think
You're on your Madoff. You're on your Madoff Ponzi.
Only reason why I would say it'd be hard for me to date somebody like that, just because their training methods. Like I didn't try every hustle that is, and I done been in the lab. I've been trying to figure out for years. I'm still trying to figure out, but I just know the type of training and type of mindset that they pick those people in, and it kind of divides opinions really easy to kind of keep their mind focused on whatever product they're working for. And like when it comes down to like relationship, I feel like the best fit for those type of people are people that's in that industry. You know, like you should date somebody that does that, and both of y'all can kind of jump out there on a ledge and stuff. Cause it puts a lot of it'll put a lot of pressure on me if I'm not into that. Like if I'm not believe, cause you have to be a believer. They actually use training.
Not a believer.
As if they would use.
You gotta drink the Kool-Aid. You gotta drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, gotta drink the Kool-Aid, man. You know they gonna bring in some young rich
contact list,
person that ain't
contact list, email.
Yeah. They ain't
I
gonna
wanna
show
meet
you
your
no
whole
money.
family.
They're gonna be like, you gotta believe that if you stay focused, you can turn that penny into $1. You know, and nothing wrong with that and stuff. I just feel like, you know, I'm too much of an analyst and a realist on like, okay, what I need to do to be accountable for my situation. And that's just me. I wouldn't be able to date somebody that do telemarketing. What was that? That's not telemarketing. That's
just a pyramid. I mean,
what kind of?
Nah, that's like a little pyramid. It ain't
pyramid
affiliate. It
scheme,
ain't a
like-
pyramid scheme. It ain't affiliate marketing. Nah, it ain't affiliate marketing.
It's sales.
Yeah,
Sales.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
sales.
Well, I mean, not knocking
Yeah.
sales, but
Yeah,
that
that's-
type of sales. You know,
Nah, I feel
Yeah,
it.
we know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about. What about you? What about you?
we don't pay. We don't pay. We don't pay. We
Yeah,
don't pay.
shit, man, I'm open, bro. I'm flexible. You know what I mean? I really, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say any just because, like, you know, we all started somewhere and we don't know the person's situation.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? They might be hustling it out for a second. They might be at the Mickey D's. Pass me my sweet tea. You know what I mean? But you know. At the Mickey D's, at the McDonald's, pass me my sweet tea. Pass me my sweet tea. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't really, you know.
Ain't nothing out limit.
That boy believe in love
I
first
believe
sight.
in love, bro. Like you never know. Shit, that might be your best
right.
helpmate. You never know, bro. Like
Yeah.
a job,
That's
that's
right.
just job is just a materialistic. I ain't trying to be funny, but I got to argue
That's right.
with my homeboy about the same shit. Like everybody want to be multi-millionaires and shit like that. I don't care about being a millionaire, bro. I care about freedom. Whatever that means to you. Freedom to you could be $50,000 a year. Everybody number different. But I just want to be able to live my life a certain way. So, you know what I'm saying? We get locked up in jobs and money and shit like that, bro. Like, I don't, that ain't, you know what I mean?
Financially
Y'all know, we done
stable.
live a great life. So, we done experienced a lot. So, I ain't tripping, man.